Smoke filled the sky. Sirens screamed across the horizon. The war had started so suddenly, no one even knew who had fired the first shot. One moment, Earth was in peace talks with the twin-blooded empire of Zarin, and the next, explosions reigned. Over the oceans. People called it the unexpected war because nobody expected a treaty world to turn hostile overnight. On a remote base in Greenland, built underground for extreme weather testing, the human named Cole Maddox didn't even hear the first waves of attack. His base was designed to run silent, no broadcasts, no open comms. It was an old Cold War-era bunker retrofitted for scientific testing. Cole was its only inhabitant, a survival specialist testing equipment in isolation. He was in the middle of a hot shower when the alarms triggered, red lights flashing across the ceiling, a dull siren echoing through the halls. He shut the water off, confused and dripping wet. The last update from HQ was a week ago, and there had been no signs of danger then. Wrapped only in a towel, Cole rushed down the corridor to the command room. The console screen blinked a strange alien language. That made no sense. This system was supposed to be locked to human interface only. Then came the thud. Heavy. Slow. Something dash. Someone dash. Was inside the bunker. Cole froze. He had sealed the entrance 2 weeks ago. No human could enter without an access code. His heart pounded. He grabbed the nearest metal rod from a maintenance kit. Slowly, he backed against the wall. His bare feet cold on the steel floor. The air shifted. The door to the lab hissed open. 2 figures stood in the doorway. Not human. They were tall, slender, their skin glimmering faintly like smooth obsidian mixed with soft gold. Their white hair flowed like strands of light. Their eyes, deep violet, locked onto him. Both were identical. Twins. They didn't speak. Cole didn't move. Then one of them tilted her head, her gaze lowering slightly. Her face changed, eyes widened. Lips parted just a bit. Cole suddenly realized his towel had slipped down just a little more than he thought. "Oh crap," he muttered, adjusting it quickly. The second twin blinked slowly. She wasn't shocked. She looked curious. Cole raised the metal rod higher. "Who the hell are you? And how did you get in?" One of them took a small step forward, her long fingers raised slowly, not threatening. Her voice was soft, melodic, but it carried a strange echo. "We did not come to fight. We escaped." Cole narrowed his eyes. "Escaped from what?" "The Zarin fleet," said the other twin. "Our own people." "They bombed Earth," Cole said sharply. "Your people declared war." "We are not part of that war anymore," the first one said. "We were never soldiers. We were gifts. Prisoners for a human diplomat. When the truce collapsed, our own side tried to erase the evidence." "You?" "Us," she said simply. "We ran before they could destroy us." The siren stopped. Everything became quiet again. Cole looked at the screen, the alien language now slowly translating. The system had adapted AI learning, perhaps. The message was clear now. Human base compromised. Priority target found. Eliminate all traces. He looked at the twins again. "You brought them here." One of the twins nodded once. "They will kill us, and you, unless we work together." Cole didn't trust them, but he also didn't have a choice. The lights flickered. A vibration moved through the floor. Something landed on the surface above the bunker. Cole took a deep breath. This was supposed to be a weather test, he said bitterly. The twin closest to him stepped closer, only a few feet away now. "You are not dressed for battle." Cole looked down at his towel and groaned. Great observation. And for the first time in this insane morning, one of the twins smiled. A faint, amused, innocent smile. "We've never seen a human in this form," she said softly. The other twin finally spoke again. "You're very different," Cole blinked. You invaded my base, got me nearly shot, and now you're inspecting my towel? Another soft smile. Then one twin turned serious again. They're coming. How many? Cole asked, now gripping the rod tighter. More than you can handle alone. Cole looked at the bunker map. There were sealed tunnels, backup generators, even an old mech suit deep in storage. He had one chance. All right, he said slowly, turning toward the deeper halls. Let's make sure they regret ever stepping in here. The twins followed without hesitation. One looked back and whispered quietly to herself, he doesn't even know what he really is. Cole led the alien twins deeper into the bunker, passing flickering lights and old pipes groaning under pressure. He didn't speak. His mind was spinning with questions. Why were they sent to Earth as gifts? What did they mean by erase all traces? And most importantly, how the hell was he supposed to fight off an alien strike team wearing only a towel? As they reached the storage sector, he finally grabbed a proper jumpsuit from a locker and pulled it on fast. The twins politely looked away, standing silently like statues. But their eyes occasionally flicked toward him, their expressions unreadable. I need answers, Cole said as he sealed the locker. You said you were prisoners. What does that mean? Why here? The taller twin he was still struggling to tell them apart answered first. Zaran leaders believed giving female offspring to Earth's ambassadors would help bond the alliance. Cole stared. They gave you as a gift? The second twin nodded. We were born for it. Twin pairs are rare and considered valuable. Disgusting, Cole muttered, shaking his head. We did not want that life, said the taller one. So when war started, we ran. The diplomat was killed. We took his escape beacon. It led here. Cole narrowed his eyes. To this bunker? This was marked as a hidden survival point. No Zaran ship would detect it. But they detected you, Cole said. And now I'm stuck in the middle. A soft rumble echoed overhead. Dust rained from the ceiling. Cole moved to the wall panel and tapped an emergency power control. A small screen showed movement above heat signatures. 3? No. 4 life forms had landed outside the hatch. Infiltrators, he whispered. 4 of them. The second twin moved close, her voice urgent. We must block the vent shaft. They will use it to enter silently. You know their tactics? Cole asked. Yes, we train for diplomacy. But we know their methods. They won't attack loud. They'll come like shadows. Cole pulled a small welding tool from the toolbox. Then we slow them down. He moved fast, sealing the main shaft vent with metal panels. The twins helped, using surprising strength and precision. He noticed how quickly they worked, like they had done this before. Not bad for peace envoys, Cole said, raising an eyebrow. We were not trained only for beauty, one twin replied. Our real skills were hidden, until now. Outside, another explosion rocked the ground. A second team had landed. We're going to need weapons, Cole said. And I've only got one shock rifle down here. He moved toward the mech storage chamber. It had been offline for over 10 years. The suit inside was massive, 7 feet tall, exo-armored, and still covered in dust. He hadn't even powered it on during testing because there was never a reason to, until now. I don't know if it still works, he muttered as he plugged in a backup power core. The twin with the lighter voice stepped closer to the interface. She placed her hand on the old terminal. It glowed. The system booted. How? Cole started. Our biology can interface with most Zaran-compatible systems, she said. You added hybrid tech, correct? Cole nodded slowly. I guess that's true. The mech hummed to life. Lights flicked on. The armored plating shifted open like the petals of a steel flower. You're going in there? One twin asked. You bet, Cole said, stepping into the cockpit. You said they'll come like shadows. I'll be the lightning. The suit sealed around him with a hiss. He tested the movement, arm flex, shoulder roll, leg balance. Not perfect, but it would do. A beep echoed from the base interface. Perimeter breach. 2 hostiles entering through thermal pipe. Cole turned to the twins. You still remember how to fight? The second twin stepped forward. We were not trained for war, but we will not run. I'll cover the main hall, Cole said. You two guard the lab entrance. No one touches the core. The first sounds came fast, hollow footsteps on the upper deck. Then a slicing noise, vents being cut open. Cole activated the mech's arm, shield, and stepped into the shadows of the hall. The twins stood still, their silver skin glowing faintly in the dim red lights. And then the first enemy appeared. A Zarin. Infiltrator taller than Cole, armored in black. Moving like liquid shadow landed silently from a pipe in the ceiling. He raised his weapon, but he didn't expect what came next. The twins moved in perfect sync, spinning, dodging, and striking with deadly grace. One used a stun rod from the wall, jamming it into the enemy's chest. The other flipped forward, kicking his arm and sending his rifle clattering across the floor. The intruder gasped, stunned, and Cole smashed through the hallway wall in full mech armor, grabbing the second infiltrator midair and slamming him against the floor. Sparks flew, screams echoed, and the war inside the bunker had truly begun. Cole's mech armor whirred softly as he stepped over the fallen Zarin infiltrator. The alien's body sparked, twitching from the electric surge delivered through the armor's palm strike. His breathing slowed, then stopped. The second intruder, who had landed earlier, was still unconscious. His black armor cracked from the twin sisters' brutal takedown. You two! Cole turned his head toward the twins, surprised. That was impressive. The taller twins' chest rose and fell quickly. They expected us to be weak. The other added, we were trained to be silent, pretty. But beauty hides many things. Cole grunted and scanned the control screen on his arm. 2 more life forms still outside. And they're not moving. Snipers, maybe. The emergency sensors on the ceiling suddenly beeped again. A sharp alarm echoed through the halls. Unauthorized breach detected. Sector 4. The lab sector. Cole's eyes went cold. They split up. They're targeting the core. The taller twin whispered, damn it. Cole turned and ran, the heavy suit thudding against the steel floor. The twins followed fast, their silver feet nearly silent, their bodies flowing with ease like wind around steel corners. They reached Sector 4 just in time. The main door was blown open. Molten edges still glowing red. Inside the lab stood a Zarin tech infiltrator, covered in green armor, smaller than the others but moving fast. It was working on the console, tapping codes faster than the eye could follow. Cole didn't wait. He raised the mech's arm, cannon, and fired. The blast slammed into the wall, just inches off. The alien spun and fired back, but the twins dove in from both sides. One struck high, the other low. The alien lost balance, dropping the hacking device. Cole took the shot and this time didn't miss. The lab filled with smoke, sparks flew. The alien dropped, its armor cracked, twitching on the floor. But it was too late. On the console screen, a countdown had started. Viral payload initiated, 2:00 minutes to system collapse. Cole ran to the console. No, he was uploading something into the bunker's mainframe. It's a self-destruction worm. The shorter twin's voice rose in panic. Can you stop it? I'm not a hacker, Cole growled. This system is alien hybrid tech now, thanks to you two. I need you to override it. The taller twin moved forward and placed both hands on the screen. Her body trembled. The lights flickered. Strange alien symbols ran down her arms. Her sister stepped beside her and joined hands. Together, their bodies glowed faintly pale gold light spreading. Across the console, Cole stepped back, unsure if he should interfere. Suddenly, the countdown froze. Then stopped. Viral threat contained. The system REBOOTED. Cole let out a long breath. You saved the bunker. The twins looked drained. Their glow dimmed, but their eyes stayed strong. You saved us first, one of them said. Now we're even. The ground shook again, this time harder. Another team? Cole checked the scanner. No. It was something bigger. A large red dot now approached on the surface. Cole stared. That's not an infiltrator. That's a drop pod. A full hunter unit, the taller twin said grimly. They're sending a heavy. Let me guess, armored, trained, ruthless? Worse, said the other. It will not stop until it wipes everything. It will collapse the whole base if needed. And how long until it gets in? Cole asked. The scanner blinked. Impact in 4 minutes. Cole tightened the mech suit's grip. We need a plan, he said. This bunker was built for survival. There's an upper tunnel that leads to the ridge, a narrow path. If we can lead it there, it won't follow, the first twin said. Unless we give it a reason, Cole looked at them. It's after you, isn't it? The second twin nodded. Yes, we carry royal code strands in our DNA, valuable, dangerous. Then we give it what it wants, Cole said. We lead it to the ridge, and I blow the whole damn tunnel on top of it. You could die, said one twin. Or you could, said the other. I'm the only one here with a walking tank, Cole smirked. Let me be the bait. They stared at him. Then nodded. You're not like other humans, said the taller twin. You haven't met many, Cole replied. Now let's get ready to end this. The scanner beeped again. Pod impact confirmed. Outer door breached. The hunter had arrived, and this time, it wasn't going to ask questions. Asterisk the ground. Cracked. Dust rained from the ceiling as the heavy footsteps of the Zoran hunter echoed down the halls. It didn't move fast. It didn't need to. It was a walking fortress built to destroy bunkers, humans, or anything in its path. Cole stood in the mech armor, gripping the controls tightly. The twins stood behind him, one hand each on his back, ready to follow the plan. Tunnel access is this way, Cole said. But once I go in, you two head straight to the backup shelter. If this goes wrong, at least one of us survives. We go together, the taller twin said firmly. No, Cole replied. You're the reason they're here. If you die, they'll send more, thinking the mission failed. But if you live and disappear, the hunt ends. The sisters looked at each other. One nodded slowly. We will not waste your sacrifice, the other said. Cole didn't answer. He moved down the tunnel. Behind him, as ceiling lights flickered one by one, darkness following the heavy stomps of the hunter. A long shadow crawled across the wall. It was coming. Cole entered the narrow ridge tunnel, a deep shaft leading to the icy surface. He activated the tunnel charge, an old explosive rig, meant to collapse the path in case of invasion. He set the trigger to manual. Then turned to face the incoming death. The hunter appeared at the far end. It was huge, 9 feet tall, armored in plates of red and black. Its face was a smooth metal mask with glowing blue eyes. It carried a plasma blade in one hand and a rail launcher in the other. Both weapons hummed with deadly power. Cole stepped forward in the mech. Come and get me, he growled. The hunter scanned him, then rushed forward. The tunnel shook as both titans collided. Sparks flew as metal slammed into metal. Cole swung first, landing a hard punch to the hunter's side. The alien stumbled, but not for long. It slashed upward, cutting deep into Cole's shoulder armor. Alarms blared inside his cockpit. Left arm system damaged. He spun, using the mech's weight to slam the hunter against the wall, but the alien fought back hard. It lifted Cole with one arm and threw him across the tunnel. Cole hit the wall, the mech shaking under the force. But he forced himself up. Rage boiling in his blood, he charged again, tackling the hunter into the center of the ridge. That's where the trap was set. The alien raised its plasma blade, but Cole grabbed its arm and locked it in place. With his other hand, he reached for the detonator on the wall. The hunter saw it. It screamed something in Zaran tongue in order. A warning, maybe a threat. But Cole didn't care. He pressed the button. The tunnel roared. Rocks exploded above. Ice cracked. Steel beams twisted. The ridge tunnel began to collapse. Cole and the hunter both dropped as the ground beneath them gave way. Everything turned black. Minutes passed. Somewhere in the rubble, something stirred. A weak spark flickered. A broken voice whispered, "System ... restart." Cole's mech core blinked once, then twice. He groaned, blood trickling from a cut above his eye. Still alive, he looked around. The hunter was gone, buried under tons of collapsed rock. Cole dragged himself from the wreckage, climbing out slowly. Cold wind hit his face. He had made it to the surface. Far in the distance, the twin sisters stood waiting on the ridge, wrapped in old thermal blankets, eyes searching the snow. One of them pointed. There! They ran toward him. Cole collapsed to his knees, breathing hard. "You're alive," the taller twin said, kneeling beside him. "Barely," he muttered. "But the hunter's gone." The other twin looked toward the mountain of rubble. "They won't find him, or this place. You did it." Cole looked at them both. His voice was weak, but his words were strong. "It's not over. If they sent one, they'll send more." "But we have something they fear now," the first twin said softly. "What's that?" Cole asked. She smiled. "You." He chuckled once, then winced. "Tell me that again after I get some sleep." They helped him to his feet. The cold wind blew around them, but for the first time since the war began, Cole didn't feel alone. There were still battles to fight, more danger ahead, but he had something even better than armor. Now he had allies, and maybe something more. They made camp near the edge of a frozen canyon, not far from the collapsed tunnel. The storm had passed, and a pale sun now hovered low in the sky. Cole sat by a small heater unit, his injured arm wrapped in bandages and a blanket over his shoulders. He still hadn't said much since the fight. The twins sat nearby, watching him closely. "You saved us again," the taller twin said softly. "I thought I'd die under all that rock," Cole replied. "I don't know how the suit stayed powered long enough to dig me out." "It was your will," the other twin said. He chuckled dryly. "Nah, I think it was the backup core I forgot I installed last year." The three sat in silence for a moment. Then the taller twin shifted forward. "We need to talk, Cole." He looked up. Her face was calm, but something had changed in her eyes. Something deeper. She continued, "You said the war started without warning, that the Zaran betrayed Earth." "They did," Cole said bitterly. "All those years of peace talks." "Lies." She shook her head slowly. "Not all of us agreed with the attack. Many of our kind are still loyal to the truce." The second twin added, "We know secrets. Things the High Council has hidden. If we get this knowledge to Earth's leaders, maybe we can stop the war." Cole stared at them. "You want me to smuggle you out of here? Cross a frozen wasteland with enemy? Search ships overhead and somehow reach a command outpost?" "Yes," the taller twin said. Cole leaned back, groaning. "This just keeps getting better." He looked between them. "All right, fine. But if we're doing this, I want to know everything. No more secrets." The second twin's expression turned serious. "You remember the translator system in your bunker?" "Yeah? It wasn't just translating words. It was learning you. What? The AI system inside your base. It read your DNA signature. You have something. Rare. Cole frowned. What do you mean? You're not fully ordinary, the taller twin said gently. You have a marker. A dormant trait. It's human, but also compatible with Zaran core systems. Wait, are you saying I'm part alien? Not biologically, the second twin said quickly. But your genome carries a signal pattern we've only seen in rare human lines. Some ancient genetic code. It's like your body was made to connect with our tech. Cole stood slowly. That's why the bunker systems obeyed me. Why they? Mech Suit woke up. Exactly, they said together. He looked away, his mind racing. Why didn't anyone tell me this? They didn't know, the taller twin said. And if the Zaran Council finds out, they'll want you captured or dead. Cole stared at the snow ahead. So I'm more than just a survival specialist. The second twin moved beside him. You're a bridge between species, maybe even between war and peace. He laughed softly. All because I dropped my towel. In front of you? A small smile touched both their lips. That was our first sign, the taller twin teased. You looked different, the other added. Strong, human, but not like others. Cole sighed. Guess I made a hell of a first impression. You did, the first twin whispered. The moment hung in the cold air. Then the sound of a distant engine echoed. Over the wind, Cole spun around. That's not a storm. That's a ship, the twin stood quickly. They found us. Not a big one, Cole said, checking the scanner. Looks like a scout. He grabbed a flare launcher from the gear bag. We can't fight it out here, but we can distract it. How? The twins asked. Cole loaded the flare. We're gonna give it a show. He fired. A blinding red streak shot into the sky, exploding above the ice like fireworks. Seconds later, the scout ship turned, moving directly toward the flare's location. Cole pointed toward the rocks. Now we run. They sprinted toward a narrow canyon, ice crunching under their feet. The ship scanned the wrong location, landing far from them. The trick worked, for now. Once they were hidden inside the cave, Cole leaned against the stone wall, catching his breath. The twins looked at him again, their eyes wide. Why are you helping us? The shorter one asked. He looked at them. And finally answered, because the moment you walked into that bunker, I stopped feeling alone. They said nothing, but the warmth in their eyes said everything. They were no longer strangers, and the war wasn't just about politics anymore. It was personal now. The cave was dark, cold and narrow, but it gave them cover from the scout ship above. Cole sat beside the twin sisters, watching the scanner pulse softly in his hand. The ship circled once, then drifted away into the clouds. We're clear, he whispered. The twins didn't answer. They were sitting close together, their silver skin glowing faintly in the dark. Their expressions had changed. Quiet, not afraid, just thinking deeply. Cole finally asked, what happens if we do reach the command outpost? The taller twin turned to him. We give them the code we carry. It proves the Zaran leaders planned the war long before the treaty broke. Earth was tricked. And you think they'll believe two alien girls who were gifted like pets? Her voice was calm but firm. Not just us, you too. You're proof the connection between our kinds is possible. Cole rubbed his face. He hadn't slept in over 30 hours. I didn't sign up to be a symbol. You didn't have a choice, the shorter twin said, but you chose to protect us. He looked over at them. When I first saw you, back in the lab, I thought I was hallucinating. Two alien girls just appearing in my secret bunker. You were wearing a towel, the taller one said, a small smile on her lips. He smirked. Yeah, I remember. The air around them grew quiet again, but it was a different kind of silence now. Comfortable. Cole finally broke it. What are your names? The twins looked surprised. We were never given real names, said one. They just called us Units A3 and A4. The other added softly. Then that changes today, Cole said. He pointed to the taller one. You move like you're ready to protect people before they even speak. You're like a shield. She blinked, unsure what to say. I'll call you Aris, he said. Means protector in an old Earth language. Then he turned to the shorter one. You read people fast. You find the path nobody sees. You're quick, quiet, he smiled. I'll call you Lyra. It means hidden light. The girls exchanged glances. Then both smiled slowly. For the first time, they looked truly alive. Aris. The first one whispered. Lyra, the other echoed, her voice filled with wonder. Cole nodded. Now you're not just escapees. You're someone. Suddenly, the scanner beeped again. Cole's smile faded. Something's coming, he said. Not from above, from below. Aris stood fast. A tunnel drone? Lyra checked the nearby wall, running her fingers along the rock. This cave connects to old mining shafts. We must have triggered a motion sensor. The ground began to shake. Cole raised the scanner. No, it's not a drone. It's bigger. A deep mechanical growl echoed through the stone. Aris turned sharply. It's the Seeker. What the hell is a Seeker? Cole asked, pulling out his blaster. It's not a soldier, Lyra said, her voice tense. It's a tracker built to find royal code like ours. It doesn't kill quickly. It hunts, slowly. Great, Cole muttered. A psychotic alien bloodhound. Aris grabbed his arm. If it finds us, we can't outrun it. It can smell power signals, emotion spikes even. Fear. Cole looked at the girls, then took a deep breath. All right, then we stop running. They stared at him. I'll fight it, he said. You two go deeper into the mine. There's a tunnel map on my scanner, take it. It'll lead you to the outpost's edge if you follow the heat vents. No, Lyra said sharply. We're not leaving you behind again. You can't help if you die here, Cole said. Aris placed a hand on his chest. You gave us names, a reason to survive. Don't take that away now. Cole clenched his jaw. Then help me set the trap. Minutes later, they waited in the narrowest part of the tunnel. Cole had set 2 plasma charges against the stone ceiling. The plan was simple: lure the Seeker in, collapse the cave above it. The Seeker came like a crawling nightmare, its long, spiked limbs dragging across the ground, eyes glowing green in the dark. It hissed through a speaker grill in its chest, scanning for heat. Cole stood alone in the open, breathing slow. He could feel fear inside, but he didn't let it rise. The moment the Seeker crossed the trap line, he shouted, "Now!" Aris slammed the trigger. The cave exploded. Rock and dust filled the air. The Seeker screamed, then was buried under tons of stone and frozen metal. Silence returned. Then coughing. Cole stumbled out from the smoke cloud. I'm okay. He groaned. Lyra rushed forward and hugged him tightly. Aris joined, placing her forehead to his. Don't do that again, she whispered. No promises, Cole said weakly. But thanks for not running. They sat in the quiet cave, surrounded by broken stone, but alive. Lyra looked up toward the faint light above. The outpost isn't far now, Aris nodded. One final path. Cole grinned. Then let's finish this. The final climb was steep. Cole led the way, his breath fogging in the icy air, his muscles screaming from wounds and exhaustion, but he didn't stop. Behind him, Aris and Lyra followed closely. Every few steps they checked behind them, scanning for shadows or movement, but the tunnel stayed quiet. The Seeker was gone. For now, the tunnel opened into a narrow crevice. where natural ice gave way to ancient metal walls, old Earth tech from before the truce. Just ahead, the last emergency outpost sat buried inside the ridge, blinking with red standby lights. Cole stepped forward and pressed his hand to the security panel. The scanner blinked, then turned green. Access granted. The door hissed open, revealing a warm, powered room, basic med supplies, old comms, and one working transmission tower. Lyra let out a soft gasp. It's still active. Aris moved to the screen. We can send the data now. Cole nodded and slumped against the wall. Do it. The twins placed their hands on the console, working together, their bodies glowing faintly as they unlocked hidden files. Massive volumes of encrypted data poured through Zaran war records, secret council commands, betrayal orders, names of leaders who lied during the treaty. Cole sat quietly, watching it happen. These two girls, once treated like property, were now exposing a galactic crime. When it was done, the system beeped. Message sent to Earth Central Command. Awaiting reply. Cole exhaled slowly. Now we wait. The room grew still. Just quiet humming and distant wind outside. Then, another beep. Reply received. Cole stood fast. He read the message as it appeared on the screen, line by line. We have received your message. Data confirmed. Human command orders. Locate survivors. And extract. Enemy betrayal verified. You are not alone. Hold position. Rescue team en route. Lyra stepped back, her voice shaking. They believed us. Aris turned to Cole. You did this. He shook his head. We did. They sat together, waiting in silence. The sun outside began to rise, its golden light crawling across, the ice like hope returning after a long night. Cole looked at them both. What happens now? Aris answered, Now we become more than what we were born to be. Lyra added softly, We're not gifts. Not prisoners. We're people. And so are you. Cole smiled, just a little, you know. I still remember the moment you both walked into my bunker. I thought I was going crazy. You were mostly naked, Lyra teased, and confused, Aris added. He laughed. And now look at us saving the galaxy. A sharp tone cut through the air. A ship was landing outside. Cole stood, muscles sore, eyes alert. A human craft appeared through the white sky, military, strong, marked with Earth symbol. The door opened. A soldier stepped out, staring at Cole. Survivor confirmed. And companions? Cole nodded. They're with me. The soldier raised his comm. Package secured. Tell command. We've got something big. As the ramp lowered and they walked toward the ship, Cole looked at the twins. You ready? For a new beginning? He asked. Aris smiled. Only if we go together. Lyra reached out, grabbing his hand. Let them see who we really are. And together, human and alien, they stepped onto the ship, leaving the icy wasteland behind. War wasn't over, but the truth was finally out, and that changed everything.